Hey y'all, Beasley here. Welcome back to the channel. This episode is going to focus on the evolution of my collection and how YouTube has had an impact on what I collect. So this year I have been watching more channels like Dime Box Discovery and RJ Collects and learning more about these junk wax, non-traditional food issue, you can say oddball baseball cards. And so I spent the better part of the first quarter of 2026 in collecting some of those food issued and other baseball cards from the junk wax era. So I'm going to share those with you today. Still only collecting former Tulsa players or players from Oklahoma. So didn't get it out of hand when I tripped and fell down this rabbit hole, but some interesting things that I do want to share with you. Stay tuned. At the end of this video, we're going to be looking at my Q2 2026 LA Dodgers project. So stay tuned for that. Let's look at some food issue cards. Shakey's Pizza locations in the Pacific Northwest issued 3 sets of baseball cards in the mid-1970s. The biggest was in 1976 with a 160-card set printed for a collecting convention. Included are Hall of Famers, early owners and managers, and Negro League players, including Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, and Judy Johnson. Paul and Lloyd Wainer, Big Poison and Little Poison. The Wainer brothers were born in Harrah, Oklahoma in 1903 and 1906, respectively. Both played in the outfield for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Paul was inducted into the National Hall of Fame in 1952, Lloyd in 1967. 1982 marked Cracker Jack's return to the sports cards with their first set since 1915. Made for promotion of the 82 Old Timers Baseball Classic game, the set came in 2 uncut sheets of 9 cards per sheet. One sheet featured 8 retired National League players plus 1 advertisement card, the other with 8 retired American League players and the advertisement card. Card number 16 of the set is longtime Oklahoma resident and 1967-71 Tulsa Oilers manager Warren Spahn. I was not familiar with Drake's Cakes. It's an old brand founded in 1896 in New York and distributed in the Northeast United States. Drake's is famous for their Devil Dogs cream-filled devil's food cakes. This 33-card set from 1982 was produced by Topps for distribution in Drake's products. Card number 3 is of the Banger Kid from Banger, Oklahoma, Hall of Fame catcher Johnny Lee Bench. Also from 1982, manufactured by Topps to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Kmart stores. This 44-card set features former Major League MVPs and the cards from their MVP season. Distributed in more than 2,000 Kmart stores and described as limited edition, I have seen estimates that the limit of this edition may be as high as 2.5 million sets. Card number 6 is of the St. Louis Cardinals third baseman, 1964 NL MVP, and 1974-76 Tulsa Oilers manager Ken Boyer. Not just a pet food producer, Ralston Purina made Chex cereal from 1950 until Chex was sold to General Mills in 1997. This 1984 33-card set was marketed as the first annual collector series, but the only other Ralston Purina set was issued in 1987. Card number 32 of 33 is the 1972-75 Tulsa Oiler first baseman Keith Hernandez. Another Kmart set, the 1987 Topps Kmart cards featured 33 all-star players from the 25 years of Kmart history, broken down by decades with 11 players from each of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Card number 3, the Commerce Comet. From Route 66 and Commerce, Oklahoma, New York Yankee legend Mickey Mantle. Card number 5, another Yankee legend, home run champion and 1955 Tulsa Oiler Roger Maris. And from Bangor, Oklahoma, card number 12, Johnny Bench. And 1987, Kraft added baseball cards to the blue boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese. This 48-card set was called the Home Plate Heroes, with 2 cards on each box. The back was just the inside of the box, and you could see the dotted line for cutting the box and keeping the card. Card number 28 is of 1981 Tulsa Driller pitcher Ronnie Darling. This picture is from the 86 season and is a great representation of the 1986 Mets. By the late 1980s, everybody was making baseball cards. America was deep into the junk wax era of collecting cards. In 1988, Rite Aid drugstores sold their own 33-card box set of team MVPs. Card number 25, representing the Texas Rangers, 1985 Tulsa Driller Ruben Sierra. Sierra was leading the 87 Rangers in a number of offensive categories, just as he had led the 1985 Drillers in RBI, runs, hits, doubles, triples, and stolen bases. In a brief search, I could not find much information about Homer's cookies, but in 1991, each box of cookies came with one of 8 cards of Baseball Hall of Famers. The last card in the set, card number 8, is of Gas House Gang pitcher and 1940 Tulsa Oiler, Dizzy Dean. Yet another food-issued Ruben Sierra card. This is from the 1991 Mother's Cookie set. Mother's produced a 28-card set each year during the junk wax era, 1984 to 97. Mother's had distributed Pacific Coast League cards during the golden era, like this 1953 card of former Tulsa Oiler Fletcher Robb. More of Ruben Sierra and more junk from the junk wax era. Also in 1991, Sargento Cheese Snacks came with a baseball card. This 24-card Moo Town Snacker set includes former driller Ruben Sierra. 1992 found even more companies distributing baseball cards. If you bought frozen Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches in 92, you also got a 3-card pack of baseball cards. There were 18 cards in this set. Card number 14 is of the 1989 Tulsa Driller Juan Gonzalez, licensed by the Players Association but not by MLB. Team names and logos were photoshopped out. I do like this 100th anniversary St. Louis Cardinals set from Pacific Trading Cards and sponsored by McDonald's. This 1992 55-card set was sold at St. Louis area McDonald's with proceeds benefiting Ronald McDonald Children's Charities. Card number 12 features Oklahoma sports icon John Pepper Martin, who finished his legendary career as a player coach for the 1958 Tulsa Oilers at the age of 54. Card number 15 is of Pepper's Gas House Gang teammate Dizzy Dean, who pitched in 21 games for Tulsa near the end of his storied career. Bonus food-issued card from Pepsi Cola. The 1963 Tulsa Oiler card of Pepper Martin. Post cereal included baseball cards in their cereal boxes in the early 1960s, then returned to the hobby in the 1990s. This 92 set was 30 cards, including card number 12 of Oklahoma City native and Blue Jay legend Joe Carter. Again, unsolicited and no logos. You might say that it's a painted on hat. All right, y'all, this is getting ridiculous. Maybe the easier question is, who didn't make baseball cards in the 90s? This is card number 1 from the 11-card 1992 Ziploc plastic bags baseball card set. Warren Spahn was from Buffalo, New York, but married a Tulsa gal, retiring to ranching in Hawthorne, Oklahoma, and spent his final years in the Tulsa suburb of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Back to food issued cards. If you bought a family meal from Church's Chicken in 1994, you got a pack of 4 baseball cards from Pinnacle. Among this 28-card set is 1991 Tulsa Driller and National Baseball Hall of Famer, card number 27, Ivan Rodriguez. A baseball card was included in packs of Kraft singles in 1995. This 30-card set included 15 National League All-Stars, 15 American League All-Stars, and collectors could get the entire set by sending in Kraft purchase points. Card number 13 of this set is 1991 Tulsa Driller Pudge Rodriguez. Here's what makes these cards unique amongst these sets. Check it out. Its own display stand. And card number 29, 1989 Tulsa Driller Sammy Sosa. And finally, the 1995 Tombstone Super Pro Series. 1 card from this 30-card set was included with any Tombstone pizza in 1995. As with the Kraft cards, Tombstone featured 15 players from the National League, 15 from the American League. Fully 10% of those 30 All-Stars were former Tulsa Drillers. Number 15 of the set, 1991 Tulsa Driller, Ivan Rodriguez. Number 17 of the set, 1985 Tulsa Driller, Ruben Sierra. The final card, number 30, was 1989 Tulsa Driller, Sammy Sosa. Note that Tombstone did not have a licensing agreement with MLB, so there are no team names or logos in the pictures. All right, y'all, that's it. So that is my food issued and other oddball cards collection. It has been fun chasing these cards and finding them in the first quarter of 2026. So done with food issued cards for now. I mentioned that I'm working on another project featuring 2020 Topps Los Angeles Dodgers cards. So I'm going to give you a quick preview of that, kind of share my ideas of how I'm wanting to display this collection. Would love to know your thoughts down in the comment section. So beyond that, I will update y'all when I get this binder finished. Got some other teams that I want to discuss on this channel as well. So I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about this binder and my current project involving the Dodgers. So this binder is all of Los Angeles Dodgers who played here in Tulsa on their way up the minor league ladder. Many of these autographed, many of these I got signed at the ballpark, including here's a couple too that are currently framed, but they will make their way back into the binder at some point. But those were recently signed, so I'm glad to display those. These are current Tulsa Drillers and great prospects for the Dodgers. Well, let's talk about the 2020 Topps collection. Here we go. I was drawn to 2020 Topps for a couple of reasons. First, there are a lot of former Tulsa players on that 2020 roster, and there are lots of options, lots of inserts. This is opening day, lots of parallels, all of the different colors throughout, and it's relatively inexpensive. So what I'm doing here, these are all opening day, and I got the version that is blue in color, so I was able to track all of those down. I've got something else that I'm going to put here. So I got these, I really like for this type of display, these black sleeves. So this is usually for Pokemon TCG cards, but for what I'm doing with this section of the binder, they work really, really well. So this is going to be the opening day. I'm going to print something out to put in here. Here is one of the player pages. This is Gavin Luck's rookie card. So, and I do have some more of him. There are a lot of variations. One of the photo variations I just learned of like yesterday or so, and so ordered that. I also have currently on display a Gavin Lux. There's a signed program from when he was a driller, and there is a signed 2020 certified auto, top certified auto that will go in this binder on this Gavin Luck page. Here in the center, I've got a picture of him as a Tulsa driller. I'm going to fit it to this size, and it'll be included in this display. Always looking for blue and sapphire, kind of a team color match. Walker Buehler, another very important LA Dodger for that 2020 championship. These are all guys that have played in Tulsa. Clayton Kershaw, Kike Hernandez. So I remember Clayton being here. He was here a couple times on rehab assignment. Kike was like back in 2016. I don't know if I saw him. I certainly don't remember him from back then. Corey Seager, the first big name to come out of Tulsa for the Dodgers organization. Here's where I'm going to have some different autographs. And of course, you know, one of the biggest is Cody Bellinger. So there's going to be a Cody Bellinger page. Again, all 2020. Again, lots of variations, photo variations. One of the things that I don't have in here, because some of the photo variations are horizontal, so they're that landscape where they go across this way. And you will see throughout my collection, I have very few of those. The only reason why I have them is from, if it's from a set like, you know, 50s Bowman, where they are turned, or if it is the only card available of a player. And with some of these minor league guys that played for the Drillers, they had one card when they were with the Drillers. If it is landscape or horizontally formatted, you know, obviously it gets a place in the collection, but I certainly prefer them all to be vertical, this up and down. So yeah, looking to do some creative things with these pages. And so hopefully I'll get this done in the next, 3 to 6 months. Just depends on how quickly I can find a reasonably cost blue wave or sapphires, etc. for this binder. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. Looking forward to sharing results with y'all soon. Thanks for hanging out.